provided some questions. I would like to ask you about them. Let's start with this question. So, what does education mean to you?
I think education means to me curiosity. It is the fundamental curiosity of always being willing to be lost, pleasantly lost in this world, to be hungry for something, to always want something new, to never being satisfied with an answer, to desire to be fed inside as well as outside, which is a little mystifying, I guess, but I think that's what education is.
Thank you. So, I'm going to ask you another question. Is studying itself important for you as a teacher, or do you expect student something different, like finding some connection between movies, stories, and do crazy things, as you always ask student to do, yeah?
I think there's a difference between studying and making crazy connections, but at the same time, I think that studying is important. Studying is repetition. But there is something to be said about meeting an old friend again and again, especially after a little bit of an absence. If you run into an old friend, you find out new things about them. And rereading a book, you see new things inside that book. So that's studying. So there is value in studying. It's hard to convince people that there's value in it, but yeah, studying is definitely valuable. But finding those, as you said, crazy connections, I think, is where we get something in education that I am fascinated with. It's the spark. It's the thing that makes students want to be in the room or leave the room and find the spark of their own. That crazy connection or that metacognitive aspect of finding themselves in the work that they're looking at, that's what I'm after. I want people to see themselves in whatever we're studying. Or, better yet, to see other people in their life, or in the lives of everyone around them, in the work that we're reading. I want empathy. I want people to understand just how close we are to everyone else. I want that spark, yeah.
Thank you. So this is going to be the third question. I've noticed that you try to introduce a neo kind of education. You want to open students' eyes to see what they have never seen before, or they're not gonna see in the future. Yeah. So, what are your purpose to do that? Is it a new kind of education styles, or can you explain about it? Thank you.
I think when you say new education, I'm not sure how to tackle that one, to say that. Other than to ask what is new education. I think all education is new. Education by its nature is always new, and I do want to open students' eyes to something new at all times. That's what I think is fascinating to me too. If I can open students' eyes to something new, then I'm opening my eyes to something new. It's a hell of an exploration. Yeah. Yes, I want students to see something new every day. I want them to be surprised every day. I want to be surprised every day in the same classroom. If we are finding something new together, then we're both learning, and I think that puts us on even footing. I think that gets rid of the idea that there is an expert in the room. Even though there needs to be an expertise, it's something we can share, as opposed to me being somehow an official. It puts us on a level where we can enjoy this exploration together.
What is all about the legacy thing?
All right. So we need to talk about your legacy and your quiz before we leap into that wonderful simulation for the last and improbable time.
My legacy project is a trap door. It helps students open themselves up and see what their passion actually is. Students, especially young students, have a hard time figuring out what they want deep inside their life, 20 years, 30 years from now.
Cody, does this mean I can't leave a family behind? Of course you can leave a family behind, a family business. a family idea, a song, a sculpture, a foundation, a way of thinking, a religion, emotion, even a shadow.
If I can find a way to open that trap door and get down inside the passion, what may be kind of a proto understanding of this is what drives that person, then they have a better chance at researching something that isn't work, something that they will dive into, something that they really absolutely love and enjoy. And I think that's the heart of education, is not putting someone into a particularly stuffy box and forcing them to do research that they absolutely hate, but forcing them to find that thing, that fire inside themselves, that will create motion, that will create something kinetic. And that's what I absolutely love about a classroom, is the kinetic activity, not the regurgitation of someone else's words.
All right, good. As a writer, I always say the legacy or what I'm writing is something that is gonna be stay in the earth after my death. So I assume that this legacy is going to work as something more than our lives.
Reaching into the point where you will fade from this world. So, what do you leave behind? What point of brightness do you leave?
What is the ideal education that you're looking for? Yeah.
The ideal education is where you're allowed to fail spectacularly every day. Where when you fail, you do so with bells and whistles and fireworks, and you're congratulated with failing at such noise. And where you isolate and understand that failure, and you grow success from it. If I'm building a sculpture and it falls over and it shatters, or if I'm covered with clay and paint by the end of my artistic endeavor, and it really looks terrible, but I've learned something new, that is learning. That's what I want. I want the ability to go into a classroom and teach something utterly messy and crazy and borderline psychotic. Everybody walks away laughing, and the next day we create something beautiful. Then the next day we create something even more beautiful, and repeat until at the end of whatever we're doing, we get what we want.
So are you claiming that you've been learning stuff in your classes too? You as a teacher, yeah?
All the time. My students teach me every day, and that's why I love what I do.
Yeah, in the back first, yes.
Have people died?
Yeah, Black Friday, every year of my life.
Wait, seriously?
Yes.
How did I know about that?
Last year, there were 2 people crushed to death at a Walmart.
Yeah.
The door fell in, people walked over the top of the door and crushed them to death.
Do you believe that art or anything different in general than routine things has a comprehensive effect on the students' way of thinking?
Yes. Art is necessary for survival. So we can't just survive. We can't just make money. We can't just succeed. We have to have art. And I think art in every lesson, whimsy in every lesson, wonder in every lesson is absolutely necessary. If we don't have it, we miss out on something. I think that if we include a great deal of art and the ability to express ourselves in a variety of ways inside the mundane nature of a typical assignment, I think we do better.
Thank you. Hey Mark, what's up?
The sky, the ceiling, these lights, the fire sprinkler, the fire alarms.
Hello there.
Hi.
Thanks for coming. Hello, how are you?
The fan.
Am I allowed to comment at all?
No.
Okay.
Are you feeling good?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you feeling good?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good right now.
Okay. So the first question is, what do you like most in school?
In a school.
Recess and weekends.
Okay, that's it?
That's it.
I like the social aspect. I like meeting new people.
I really like small classes is because then I really get to connect with my peers a lot more, and I really get to connect with my teachers, which I love to do because teachers are amazing 99% of the time.
I like meeting new people. That's a great way to explore interests.
Actually, I think I'd say that I like my math class the most so far.
The way I get through it is I tend to try to change the work that I have to do.
How everyone is willing to like talk or work together and do all that throughout the school.
For all of my projects, I've tried to do something else, like do something more creative, like build something.
You can kind of do whatever you need to get everything done.
As long as I'm able to goof off it while I'm learning, but like not completely distract everybody from learning because I don't think that's good, but like make jokes on the subject and just be really energetic about it. I love to do that a lot.
So, do you care more about education itself or other practices in school, like making stuff, doing something to break the routine of your life? You know that the
I already
questions
asked
before.
people that question like 4 times and I still don't understand it.
Can you explain to her?
For the normal curriculum or something different. I enjoy kind of breaking down the structure of the class. Like, I guess kind of messing with the teachers, kind of something I like to do.
So the 2 classes that really resonate in my mind were my band class when I was in middle school. He plays video games in his spare time. I can get my energy out in a positive way rather than distracting everybody from everything.
I like giving my teacher an existential problem inside of my paper. Like, making them think about their life as a whole.
In my Japanese class in my freshman year, she did more than just teach us language. She really immersed us in the culture itself. Like every wall, every little thing, it was just covered in something that came from Japan. She cooked for us in class.
I don't know, I mean,
Yeah, you're doing good.
I have lots of fun with what I do.
I think the education part is the most important for me.
I like how he includes not just this is how we do it in stories or this much, but he's also saying like you can read my body language, you can read this, you can analyze the movie, you can do all this, and he's including several different elements of the same feature.
Like the cave that you're staying inside the cave, but sometimes you have to come outside and take a look at the beauty of the nature.
Okay, if it was my choice, my cave would be my room and I would never come out. Because that's how depression works. Hey, this is honest footage. What are you talking about?
What do you think about the legacy thing?
Legacy project?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Legacy in general or the project?
I've not ever thought about anything even close to that far in the future.
I really like it.
It's pretty for me.
I think it's a really interesting project.
But legacy is way too far in the future for me to ever care about. I don't care about it. I don't have the time to think about that sort of thing.
I have no idea what I'm going to do in life, let alone what I'm going to leave behind.
I really just took it as what do I want to do for fun in order to complete this project. So I'm really just developing this hobby further. Definitely enjoy myself.
Don't you think that that's the purpose of life? Maybe.
Purpose of life is to live, and that's literally it.
You could leave your anxiety behind, people could remember that if you really wanted to. It's an option.
Yes, take all of my anxiety. I hope you suffer as I have suffered.
He's having us build something and then give it to him, which I normally do with all my other teachers when they don't want it. But then he actually wants it, so I get to build something and I get credit for it. It's nice.
Instead of making education seem like a really daunting task, He's making it something that he's turning it into something that we want to do. So it's getting us to do to participate in becoming better people, learning new things, while also developing our own passions and interests.
If you don't want to leave something like painting for futures while you're painting,
To enjoy myself?
so after you enjoying, you should destroy the painting.
No.
So you want to leave something for future.
No.
It's our desire as a human.
But I never really cared it or thought about leaving something for other people to like remember me by, because I don't care. I'm just trying to survive, you know?
The last question is, why are you at school at all?
Why am I at the school at all?
What are you looking for?
I'm here to pursue my curiosity. I like rocks a lot, and that's what I want to get into, geology.
First of all, I want to learn, and second of all, I hate high school, which is why I'm here at PCC. High school is a terrible, terrible, terrible experience for me because it was very unmotivating and I procrastinated a lot.
To learn more, I don't know, get a better job possible if I figure out what I want to do.
I haven't really completely decided on what I am going to do.
Mostly because I need to take these classes that I'm taking in order to go to my other classes and to other schools in order to make it into the industry that I want to. So I mean, I guess it's just a long process into what I want to do.
Because if you go to college, you have like a significantly better chance of getting a higher paid job.
So I'm using this as a exploration type thing of
Exploration of what?
interests. What am I interested in?
I really felt motivated more motivated and pressured more to do well in this course because I want to stay in early college and getting a good grade is what I want to do, and having those two pressure me and motivate me, that felt like a really driving force for me to be able to even get 8 hours out of 10 because that's mind-blowing to me.
It's something that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to make a movie and design my own set for it.
So you're joining us, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
join the film.
So I'm gonna say some words and you're gonna answer me with just single words, okay? Like the first thing that
Comes to
your mind, yeah. Story,
Journey.
Words.
Open.
Passion.
Bored.
poetry,
This is weird, but love.
Lacking.
Intrigue.
Concise.
Wonder.
school,
Death.
Fun.
Ugh.
Fun.
Can I say ew?
Exploration.
magic,
Tinkerbell.
Weird.
Not real.
Interesting.
Again.
Inside.
legacy,
Development.
Complex.
Project.
Weird.
student,
Laughter.
A lot better.
I've paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of sad kicks in my face, but I've come through. I need to go on, on. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. brought me fame and fortune and everything that goes with it. I thank you all, but it's been no bed of roses.